This is Jam Hot Radio.
I'm Rob. I play bass.
I'm Doug. I play guitar.
I'm John. I play keys, bells, and guitar.
I'm Kate. I play drums and sing.
I'm Jordan, and I sing and play guitar.
We're cold and hope you're warm. We're the Nielsen Family Band.
Hi guys, welcome. I'm here with the Nielsen Family Band. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Thank you for braving the cold. Thank you, COVID. We got to do what we got to do to keep this alive. So I wanted to go ahead and get started with a question I ask everyone. And there's a lot of you, so if you have more than one answer, I'm happy to hear it. I just want to know an album in your collection you can't live without. What do you guys got for me?
I think Yellow Tango's I'm Not Afraid and I'll Beat Your Ass is up there.
Physical Graffiti's a good one.
Activity-oriented meditation. Sun Not Yellow.
Sun Not Yellow. Collectively, yeah.
Come on, let me hear it.
The band's music from Big Pink.
That's a good one.
I think A Ghost Is Born by Wilco is like always up there for me.
What an eclectic range we
didn't
have
go.
here, guys.
We all went? Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, great. So I'm always interested to hear about the creative process from writing to producing to mixing and mastering. I know you guys probably collaborate on all of it, but what does your writing process look like in general? Is there, like, do you guys work together on that, like the lyrics, or how does that work with you guys?
I think typically the lyrics are one of us. The music is all really kind of a collective thing. Even if one of us kind of writes the bones of the song, musically I think they do really all get kind of put through the ringer from all of us, so they never really end up where they started. Lyrics I think are a little bit different. Like typically whoever wrote that initial skeleton will have written the lyrics. I write a lot of them. On this new record, John has his like songwriting debut.
Oh,
so
I want to ask about that.
Yeah, so Not Tomorrow, like John wrote all of those lyrics.
Awesome.
But yeah, we do really collaborate on them very closely. I think mostly one of us will have an idea, and then the rest of us will fill in a lot of the blanks or like suggest changes.
Right. I feel like it's probably similar in, I don't know, writing content or writing a novel or writing a story. In my work, we call it a 1-pass, 2-pass, 3-pass. So you probably come up with, these inspired ideas, and then once you guys get together, like you said, you kind of get put through the ringer, so to speak. So I'm kind of curious also, do you ever butt heads on that process? Like how does that look when you, because I work in a creative field and we all have our creative visions. So in order to kind of bring it to light in a way that you all enjoy, is that difficult?
I don't think we have a ton of like tense moments. I'm sure we have been playing together.
I think we just say, let's just try it.
Yeah.
That is
Every
often.
time it's like, okay, I don't know. Let's just try it.
Yeah, you don't know until you try.
Yeah, definitely.
We are very patient with each other in that way. We have also, like the five of us have been playing with each other for such a long time that I think we do kind of have a natural state of like if I show the band a song that does not get an immediate response, I'm like, okay, well maybe we'll just shelve that one. Like that's not.
Come back to that.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we're always down to try, and I think we're always down to like give each other that space to like figure out what is in each one of our heads. And I think that's fun too. Like I think it's we're able to at least like tell when there's like a possibility for something, and that like we can like persevere through.
Right, that's awesome.
And then other times it's like, well, let's go drink a beer and have a smoke, and then we'll come back and see see what it is at that point. And usually, I don't know, I think stepping away from it can help solidify things a little better.
That's what I was going to say too, the fresh eye thing. Like when you spend so much time working on something that's probably you guys are passionate about it, so you're working at it and you just got to take a moment to be like, all right, we got to breathe. We got to come back and see what looks different the second time, third time, fourth time around.
Conversely, we'll like do something one week, and then the next week be like, what did we do last week? What was that? Like it's still there, but completely buried under the week. And then luckily the cell phone will have some record of it
Yeah.
that then we can like pull from and then like
Yeah.
kind of get it all back and
That's awesome.
do it again.
Well, it sounds like you guys work great together then, is what you're telling me. You know how to, and you said you guys have been playing together for a long time. How long have you guys been playing together?
Wow.
Think about
Us
it.
five, I guess it's been since 2015.
I think the Nielsen Family Band in name has existed for about 3 years. But the five of us have been playing together in just various incarnations. We were all members of Tauntaun. Tauntaun broke up in 2017. Is that right? I can't remember.
It was 3 years ago.
But we've also all we all worked together on music with our friend Laura Luce together as well,
Yeah.
and that was actually kind of how the Nielsen Family Band, as this like 5-piece instrumental group, came together. Like we were Laura's backing band in this incarnation before we started playing songs that we were writing as
That's
this
awesome.
group.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's something that I think we kind of forgot too. But yeah, so the five of us, in one way or another, have been playing together for, I mean, like 5 or 6 years. John, Doug, and I also have been like friends since we are teenaged. So
I love that.
we've got at least a decade of like being around each other and playing music together under our
And the
belts.
horrible music, probably too. Like when you're first,
Oh,
like,
definitely.
I don't mean it that way.
No,
but you
you're
know,
right.
like,
You're
when
not
learning and
wrong.
You're like, all right, we're in the basement. Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's great. Good.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I love this new album that's coming out March 26th. You guys, I can't wait for everyone to hear it because I've been playing it on loop.
Thanks.
And you are releasing an amazing video game, which we'll get to in a second. But I noticed some fun. I just want to know what inspired this body of work. And I noticed some fun, like little references intertwined with some of your songs. The Hang the Moon reference I heard in Act of Love. Is that where that is? Okay. Yeah, I loved that. I didn't catch it the first time around. But yeah, just talk to me a little bit about that and if there's any other fun little tidbits that you want people to look out for throughout the album.
Oh, wow. Well, so Doug did like a lot of the mixing on the record, and like we all did our parts, but we would kind of record traditionally. We'd all do our parts like as we kind of wrote them, and then put it all together and like add some like really cool sounds and kind of like create the shine to kind of pull it all together.
In terms of like having the songs kind of reference each other, I feel like every time we make something, whether there are kind of explicit references in like song sharing words, or if it's just kind of like a thematic or like tonal kind of cohesion, I think we always try to make sure that everything lines up with everything else. So this album, I think you can listen to each individual song and enjoy them that way. But I always kind of think that we want you to be able to have an experience with the whole thing as an album too. So I think that is just always in the back of my mind, and I think that's important for everyone. Yeah.
To little things.
Yeah. I
Well-
mean, when you're a music lover, or when, I don't know, I just appreciate the art of production from start to finish. When you care about that craft and how it's put together and things, I think as a listener, you're more open to picking those things out a little bit. Not everybody listens to music that way, and I understand that, but that's how I listen to music because I love it so much. So to see you guys take the time and care enough about your sound to do things like that, it's pretty cool. So I enjoy that about your album. And I'm not the type of person that listens. I like to listen to things on shuffle. I like to shuffle it. But when an artist puts out a new album, I always listen to it from cover to cover because I know you guys made it that way for a reason, you know? So, yeah, I'm really excited for the world to hear it too.
Thanks. Yeah, we're really stoked to put it out. It's like a lot of these songs have existed in some incarnation for year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half at least. Yeah, 2 years maybe. Yeah, time
Which
has
is
gotten
crazy
really
to think
goofy,
about, by
but-
the way. How long? You know, we're going on 2 years, right? Time is.
Today is like the year mark.
Yeah, that's right. You said you played your last live event a year ago.
Yeah, last in.
Yeah,
I
or
guess last
indoors. Yeah.
Oh, still, yeah, I guess still, yeah, second to last because with the
wild.
kaleidoscope.
Not the kaleidoscope.
Oh my
Sugar
gosh,
Tank.
Sugar
Sugar
Tank. yeah.
Tank.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
forgot about
Weekend
that
our
one.
tour got canceled.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
yeah.
lied on Instagram.
Light on Instagram. Oh no.
But that was that was the last one though. Before I think anybody felt the urgency to shelter, like in the same way as we did. Like honestly, I think just like a week later, it became suddenly like, oh, like this is going to be a long-term condition. But yeah,
But it's awesome to see how you guys have been able to. I was kind of chatting a little bit earlier about how people stay creative kind of during these times. And I mean, it also challenges your creativity and what you're capable of making. And then you can kind of take a step back and be like, we literally made that during a fucking pandemic, you know? Like that's, you guys should be proud of. I mean, you probably are proud of that, but it's great. So I want to lead into this video game talk. I need to know who's responsible for this idea. I need to know who is, one of you guys have to be, are you a coder? Are you a developer? Like, what is it?
Well,
I work in digital, like, platforms, and I'm so fascinated by this.
I just wanted to bring this out. This has been my mask for the last couple months. It's got the Super Mario World
It makes
things on it.
sense.
But yeah, so fortunately, we have a friend. His name is Leo Costa. He is a coder and has a lot of that knowledge and was gracious enough to help me kind of like figure it out. Like held my hand a little bit on like just getting into that.
Yeah.
I also found a great program. It's called Construct 3. So I do a lot of graphic design work for the band. Like I will make our posters.
Yeah, I love it. I love your style.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I designed all the characters in the game, and that program translated a lot between like some of the design programs, and so it wasn't as much of like a coding thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really user friendly. Well, I think it's really user friendly for people with like design backgrounds as opposed to people with coding backgrounds, which
Yeah.
I do not have.
Right.
But yeah, so luckily Leo and I were able to get together a few times and kind of really think about concepts, think about ideas for story things, think about design ideas, think about like game mechanic ideas.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that very user-friendly platform, it just kind of came together through a lot of experimentation.
So how long did it take? Did you say, okay, well, I'm going to, it's very in-depth. It's not just like, okay, we're going to play a couple levels and you're done.
No.
There are like little hidden things, and I'm like, oh, wow, this has definitely taken you. It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that it didn't feel like a gimmick, like it felt like something that was worth engaging with on its own. Like, I think you could play the game on mute and still have some fun.
Yeah.
Which I really wanted it to complement the music, and that was what really inspired that project. But if we put something out that wasn't fun to play, I wouldn't have
Why
put
would
it
you
out.
put it
yeah,
out? Yeah, for sure.
I would say that was probably every waking moment for like, I don't know, 2 months that I
Yeah.
wasn't at work.
Right. Yeah.
So
And how many levels are there again?
12.
There's,
Yeah, there's a level for
is it
every.
Your whole, yeah, it's your whole album.
So I guess it's 11.
It is hard. I was telling them before you got here, Kate. I played last night with my buddy I was just gonna show them the game. He's like, wait, no, I gotta beat this level. I'm like, I know. See, like you're hooked.
I can't even beat the first. I can't even jump the guy in the beginning.
Well, it's hard. I kept dying, and I'm like, all right. I turned it over to my kid. I'm like, can you beat this level?
Yeah.
Well, I originally I wanted to make sure that you didn't beat the level before the song ended. So you were
okay, that's
those
fair.
deaths are you're supposed to die a couple times.
But you give us so many
you know.
lives. Like we got.
Well, there's no
we've got
life
hearts
counter.
for days
yeah,
that you
no
could-
life counter.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a game over. I want you to keep playing.
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
probably was the first person other than me to like play the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, kind of was giving me an outlet to live a little dream of childhood of like being a video game tester. I remember as a child telling my parents that I wanted to design and test video games, and they were like, yeah, okay, like that's weird.
What are you
You
gonna
should go
do?
outside more. You've been in the basement too long, like that. And so this was very fun
Aw,
to
came full circle for you.
not only to, like play it the whole way through at the end, but also like
that's
test
your
different
music
levels
too,
and
though. Like that's you. That's like
Absolutely,
a piece of
yeah.
you all in that game. So that's
yeah, and like
awesome.
watching like even like it grow from like the drawings to the graphics to then like the
And I wanted to
actual, like,
ask on that
animations.
too. When you had the idea and you went to the storyboard and you're doing all the stuff, was that a collaborative effort? The creative? Is this all you?
It wasn't all me. I don't know. It was me and Leo, like I said, and actually those story elements were written by my sister.
Oh, that's
Her name is Devin. Yeah, she's a writer, and she's based in Massachusetts.
I saw the same last name, so I was curious where the relation was.
Well, and it was fun to collaborate on something with my sister, especially we are separated by a lot of distance geographically, but also, separated by the pandemic. But that was an easy thing to be able to like email her back and forth with. So that story we did work on a little bit together. I also gave her, as I would put the levels together and kind of figure out just practically how you had to get from one place to another, I would say, like, here's an overview of what has to happen.
Right.
Name all the characters and write all the
That's
dialogue
awesome.
and help me with, everything that's going on. So yeah, it was fun to work with her. I think that would have been a hard thing for us, the five of us, to work on together.
There's so much complexities to it.
Especially because I really went in pretty blind. So that was really a learning experience for me to kind of start the game. And even like when I started making it, I wasn't even sure if you would have like any kind of like power-ups or anything, or if you would have any collectible elements.
Right.
Because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do it. And then motivated by the fact that I don't think the game would be very fun without those things, I was like, well, I have to figure it out.
Yeah. It's so awesome. I don't know, like you guys were saying, it reminds you of your childhood. And like, we forget to be kids when we become adults. It's just, you're in the grind of living. And for me personally, I have to keep a tiny human alive. So it's like, I can't remember, I don't always remember to just chill and like have fun. So, to kind of get inside a game like that like, I don't know, reminds you to be a kid again and just like take a minute away from your everyday real world craziness. So I'm excited to see if I can beat it.
I don't think that Devin has beaten
Where did I
it.
get? I forget where we got. Yeah.
I need the Nintendo Power.
Yeah,
Key.
the Game Genie.
I need the cheat codes, please.
Yeah. I couldn't get past small spaces.
Yeah.
I've heard the song a lot.
What level
And to
is
hear
the
it even-
lobster song?
That's that would be the fourth level.
Okay, so we're cruising. We got to level 4 last night, so slow and steady.
It's not easy. It was supposed to be hard.
It was made to be
Well,
hard.
and
You're
that-
gonna know all of our lyrics by the end of all of the levels.
I love like playing levels and Jordan asked me, I don't want it to be too easy. Is it too easy? And I died like 15 times. It's like, you're good. No, like
I'm literally.
we're pretty good. Totally, yeah. So I beat it once. I heard each song 3 times, which was like, again, like you said, Courtney, it was very nice to like hear the songs and be like, okay, I've heard these like 3 times. I'm not sick of it yet. This is
Right,
great.
you're not sick of it, but also it gave you like a little hint, like, okay, the song is ending soon. That means like I'm gonna be to the door I need to be at to get to the next one.
Yeah, kind of like in Super Mario, how you get like the little
Yeah.
like hurry up music. Like it
Yes,
is kind of a cue of like
yes.
keep going, but it's great. You don't need to worry about timing out. I love it because I think when we were chatting a little bit beforehand, I said this, but it gives me the same like emotional reaction that I get when I play Super Mario, which is a combination of like insurmountable frustration, but also like motivation to win. Like it makes me
Yes.
want to beat it and
Yes,
keep playing.
I forgot about my competitive side until I played this game, and I'm like,
Yeah, being a kid again.
Yeah, exactly. Let that inner child out. I love it. Yeah. Awesome. So I know we have some, restrictions with COVID, and I don't like to put it on the forefront because it's already taken up so much of our life already, but things are like slowly starting to get back to a new normal and playing outdoors and things like that. So what's to come for you guys? What can we stay tuned with aside from this lovely album?
Outdoor shows.
Yeah, I know. Outdoor shows, I cannot wait. And I love what Phantom Power does and how they've been doing a great job with their indoor outdoor. I think I've seen you guys at Tellus, I've seen you guys in venues, but the first time I actually took a deeper listen into your music was your guys' CBD dinner that you guys threw. And I don't know, you create such a space with your music, and it's cool to watch, and it's cool to just be a part of. So I really look forward to this album coming out. And guys, March 26th, Eat the Light will be coming out. I can't wait. The album art is beautiful. Who did that for you guys again?
Scott Bookman.
Okay, awesome. So great. So that will be out March 26th. Please stay tuned along with the game. It's called Fragile Flowers. As you can tell, I'm obsessed with it. If anybody wants to challenge me, you'll probably win. But I'm up for the challenge. So, all right. So we can expect some outdoor fun events.
Absolutely.
And
playing outdoors is almost better than playing indoors. I'm still excited to see lights and real PA and all of that stuff, but it's really pleasant to be outside.
It is. I feel like you can paint a different scene and a different, I don't know.
It's a different
atmosphere.
Vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to highlight a couple things about the album.
Yeah.
From that corner of the porch specifically, we did do a lot of kind of like emailing back and forth of parts, which is something that was new for us.
Right.
So Douglas, over the last like 2 albums that we made, with the first one and now this one, has really honed in on kind of home recording and producing and mixing. And I think that the first album that we made, it's called Family Bible, I think is beautiful and sounds great. I think that this one sounds even better and is also just beautiful and very fun.
I know, it is. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's been really wonderful kind of to watch just like that become a viable option, like recording at home and doing kind of every aspect of that production ourselves. I also, the title track, Eat the Light, is like a very cool and atmospheric synthesized song that opens the record.
You really set the scene.
Well, so that's something that Rob did by himself over the quarantine and kind of sent to all of us when we decided to call the album "Eat the Light," which is the title of the cover art by Scott Bookman. Rob, I remember, said to us, well, we need to have a song called Eat the Light then, and kind of sent that out as this just very awesome thing that really does set the scene.
Light. Like it's, I think of, which is so weird to say, especially until you hear it. It's hard to explain whatever that is, but.
Well, and it, like, because the album was pretty, I think, in all of our minds, done before that track was made. And then when Rob sent it over, it really just tied the whole thing together. It tied the album together, and it also really helps tie the game together, because that is the kind of home screen title track. And as the scroll comes out that like explains the environment and the situation that you're in the game, well, it really does. It like creates all this suspense while you're reading this story about this weird like land of dinosaurs and flowers. So yeah, that was like a really just a wonderful way to kind of tie a bow on the album that we thought might have been done already, but I would really miss it without it. So
it wouldn't be the same, I don't think.
Well, Rob has become like really a wizard with synthesizers over the last few years. Like since we met, over those years, Rob has kind of built this studio in his basement, this synth studio that is just like beautiful and awesome. And it's fun to see that get worked into the band's identity as well, because that wasn't always a part of it. And like also over quarantine, Rob used that to remix one of the songs on our first album. And that was like I think the first thing that we were able to release. I'll pass it down, but
so all of this album was mastered and mixed at home. Is that what you're saying?
By Doug, yeah.
No, Jesse mastered the album.
Oh, okay.
Not Yellow.
Yeah, I guess
that's
it was
awesome.
a couple weeks in, and I was so jealous of seeing everyone doing their there's cell phone videos and performances. I'm like, I want to do something too. So I decided to do Teen at the ABC from the first record.
Yeah.
And so I have this pile of knobs and switches and cables that is not really possible to play live. It is. Maybe someday I'll figure a way to do that.
It's
But
a lot.
So I just wanted to challenge and did it.
And it was awesome. It turned out
took
great.
Jordan's vocals and Doug sent me the stems, and we just replaced all the elements until it sounded like a song.
Yeah. Until it sounded like it does now. That's awesome. See, that's another. I just like to learn things. So, like, I have that on my list. I want to learn how to play the synthesizer because I just love putting sounds together and seeing what will happen. But that's I have a lot of other things that I should probably master before I take on another one. But that's amazing. Awesome. Well, I've really enjoyed spending my afternoon with you guys. It's cold. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we've braved the weather so that we could chat about their new album, Eat the Light, coming out March 26th. Again, if anybody wants to challenge me on the game, good luck. Just kidding. No, just kidding. But I look forward to seeing you guys out again in the sunshine when it's a little warmer, when we can like socially dance together again soon. Ooh, I like that. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.